Hello Stellar friends, it's Amber here, and today we are going to be learning how to play Moon River. Now this song was originally sung by Audrey Hepburn in Breakfast at Tiffany's. It was also covered by legends like Frank Sinatra and Louis Armstrong. So as you can imagine, the song has taken on so many different personalities over the years. So for today's lesson, I have created my own arrangement of the song, so it is something that is easily accessible to you sitting and watching at home. In the lesson, we're going to be learning a fingerpicking section as well as a strumming section. So you really are going to get the best of both worlds. So make sure your guitar is tuned, you have a capo on the 5th fret, and let's get started. So first things first, we've zoomed in to talk about the chords that we're going to need for the song. I always like to start here so that you feel grounded before we add any rhythm or picking. So just a reminder to put your capo onto the 5th fret. This just means we'll be in the same key as the Breakfast at Tiffany's version. So the first chord we're going to need for the song is a C major chord. Next we have a C7. And for this chord shape, we add our pinky into the 3rd fret on our G string. We're also going to need an A minor chord. We're also going to need an A minor 7 chord. And for this, all we're going to be doing is lifting our ring finger up off from the A minor chord. The next 2 chords, unfortunately, are going to be bar chords. I always usually give alternatives to bar chords, but for this song, we're going to have to play them as bar chords. So the first chord is an F major chord. We take our first finger, we bar it into that 1st fret, and we're going to play with an E major chord shape to get that F major sound. Now, if this is something that fascinates you, maybe you're unsure of how bar chords work or what does this E chord shape have to do with anything, then I would really suggest you sign up for my Let's Level Up guitar course. We cover all sorts of interesting, wild and wacky and wonderful musical concepts like power chords, bar chords, syncopated strumming patterns. We also touch on fingerpicking in the Let's Level Up course. So it's definitely got a little bit of everything for everyone, and you will finish that program being a much more confident guitarist. So go and check that out. The link is in the description for the Let's Level Up guitar program. So after the F major chord, we're going to need an F minor bar chord. And for this, we're just going to take our 2nd finger off the strings. We're also going to need a D minor chord shape. D7 is next. E7, and last but not least, we have a G major chord. So once you're happy with those chord shapes, we're going to be moving on into the finger picking section of the song. We'll be starting the song off with finger picking. This is really gentle and it's similar to the Audrey Hepburn version. Now, it's important to understand that this song is in 3/4 time. All this means is we're going to be counting up to 3 in each bar. This is going to give us a swaying feel. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? And the rhythm that we're going to be using for the finger picking part is 1 and 2, 3. 1 and 2, 3. 1 and 2, 3. Okay? So what will be flashed up on the screen is the fingerpicking pattern that is going to be used throughout the whole fingerpicking section of the song. So we have thumb, thumb, index and middle played at the same time, followed by thumb. So let's go ahead and put a C major chord on the guitar. And what we're going to be doing is placing our thumb on the A string, index and middle will be on the G and the B string. And we're going to do thumb on A, thumb on D, index and middle will play at the same time, and then thumb will play the D string again. P, P, index middle, P. And our rhythm, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, P, middle, P. Okay, get really comfortable. Feel that pattern under your fingers. Just hang out on that C major chord and loop that picking pattern over and over again. This is going to be the key to being able to play the song. So the intro is going to be flashed up on the screen so you can see how it's going to look in the tablature form. So as you can see, we've got third finger played with our thumb. That's what the P stands for. Then we have the D string. We play that with our thumb again. Index, middle are on the G and B, played at the same time, and then we have thumb again on the D string, and it gets repeated again. Moving on to looking at verse number 1. Bear in mind that the finger picking pattern that we've learned is going to be used across the board of all the chords that we're going to be looking at today. So your right hand should be pretty solid. All that's going to need to happen is our chord hand is going to need to change to different chords. So line 1, we have a C, changing to A minor. We have our F bar chord, and we have our C chord. Right, so if we go and set ourselves up, thumb, index, and middle, they need to be exactly in the right place to start. And we're going to play our C chord. We're going to change to A minor. We pick the same strings. For the F major, our thumb is going to play the E string and then the D string. E string, D string. And then our C chord. So let's do that again, starting at the beginning from the verse. Here we go. And A minor, F, C. Line number 2, we have F. So that means our thumb travels back up to that low E string. C. We have D minor next, so we play our D minor chord, and our fingers are now going to just shift down by one string. So our thumb is going to be playing the D, the G, index and middle will play B and E, and then our thumb repeats on the G string. Same rhythm, just different strings. Okay, the reason we've had to shift our fingers down is because a D minor chord, the root note is a D string. Okay, so we have to play that root note followed by the rest of the strings. And then we have an E7, okay? And for the E7, our thumb is going to travel back up to the low E string, and our fingers can go back to where they originally started out. Okay, so let's try to put that whole line together. There's quite a lot of jumping around in that line, so maybe pause the video here and just practice getting comfortable with that. So starting on the F, this is how it's going to sound. C, D minor, E7. Moving on to the third line, we have A minor, C7. Okay, so the root note is going to stay the same for those two. A string, A string. We have F and F minor. And our root note is now going to be on the low E string for both of those chords. So it's going to sound like this. C7. Okay, now we're going to change to our F chord. Thumb is going to play E string, D string. And again for F minor. Then we have our final line of the verse. We have A minor 7. We have D7, D minor, and then we have a G chord. Now for this G chord, as you can see in the tabs, we only need to squeeze down the low E string in the 3rd fret. So I tend to just do that. I don't really form a full G chord because there's really no point. You can play your full G if you want to, but in the play along, you'll see me doing that. Don't get it confused or think, what on earth is she doing? I'm telling you now that I'm just playing the bare minimum to get that sound of a G chord. So starting from that A minor 7, our root note stays on the A. And we have P, P, index middle, P. The D7, we're going to shift those fingers down. Remember, it's a D chord, so the root is now on the D string. The same is for the D minor, so you can stay there. And then our G, bass is on the low E string. So that line in itself also presents its challenges because we're jumping around with our finger picking hand. In total, it's going to sound like this. Moving on to the second verse, the first 2 lines are exactly the same as the first verse. We're going to run through that really quickly. It will be flashed up on the screen, so that's the first line of verse 2. This is when they start to sing, 2 drifters off to see the world. Okay, so that's where we are in the song for context. So we're going to have the C to the A minor, we have F, and we have C. Okay, the second line, same as what we played in the first verse. We have F to the C, D minor, E7. Right, then that third line, we have A minor to the A7. We have F minor first, followed by an F. And then we have C. So the chords we are playing in that section are not new chords, they're just in a different order. So that's what we have to wrap our heads around. Okay, A minor first, A minor 7, then we're going to get ready for that F minor, then create an F major shape, and then C. Now, if fingerpicking is something that you really want to get better at, I do have a full fingerpicking course where you can go so much deeper into fingerpicking patterns, techniques, and we learn so many different songs. So I'll leave the link for that just below if you'd like to explore that further. The course is called Let's Pick It Up because we're going to be picking in the course. So go and check out Let's Pick It Up, and I really hope to welcome you into the program. And this leads us to the final section of the song. We have the chorus. Our chorus is going to be up on the screen. We have F to a C, F to a C. That's the first line of the chorus. And just notice there how I've used my ring finger as an anchor point. So from the F, when I change to the C, I keep that finger squeezing down the string just to help me with not having flyaway fingers. Okay, just something to keep in mind. So our F is going to sound like this with our finger picking. To the C chord, back to the F, and to the C. The final line for the finger picking for the chorus, we have A minor, to the D minor, and to the G, which I'm going to be playing with my ring finger. So that last line, A minor, D minor, and the G. So I'll just play the whole chorus so you can hear how it goes with the singing. Here we go, starting on that F. Waiting around the bend, my huckleberry friend. A minor, moon, river, G, and me. The C chord is going to be strummed, and that's coming up in the next section. So next up, we are going to be looking at the strumming section, which is played in the second half of the song. So our rhythm is still 3/4 time, which means we're counting up to 3. The only thing that's going to now change is instead of finger picking, we're going to be strumming. So the strumming pattern is going to sound like this: down, down, up, down, up. And we count that 1, 2, and 3, and. And each of the chords you see up on the screen is going to get one round of that strumming pattern. So really straightforward, really simple. So the chords that are up on the screen are from the instrumental section. And we're going to go through this step by step. So starting on that C major, we're going to have down, down, up, down, up. And then we change to the next chord. So that first line is going to sound like this. And a little tip here that I really think is going to make a huge difference and is really going to help you is the final up strum of the pattern. You're going to use that as a place of changing to the next chord. And that means we're going to play that up strum with open strings. So for example, if I take it from the C to the A minor, we're going to go down, down, up, down, up. And that up strum I played with open strings. From the A minor to the F, down, down, up, down, up. All my fingers are lifted so that I can get ready on that F bar chord for the first down strum of the next bar. Again, all up strums to the C chord. And you're going to do that for every single chord. It's really going to help you just stay in time. When you're playing the song at full speed, you won't even hear those up strums or those open strings ringing out. The next line we have F to C, D minor and E7, and it's going to sound like this. Notice how the chords are exactly the same as the chords we played in the first verse, except we were finger picking in the first verse. In this section we're strumming. The third line we have A minor, C7, F, F minor. Really difficult to get those chords to ring out, but do your best. And the last line we have is A minor 7, D7, D minor, and then our G, which we can play with a full 4-fingered chord. Not too challenging, nothing too tricky there, except maybe that F to F minor chord change. But other than that, I think that if you can do the finger picking section, then the strumming section should really be quite manageable. Then we have verse 2, which is going to be repeated again, except we're going to strum. So the chords will be up on the screen. Why don't you join me? You have the gist of it now. We're going to have our strumming pattern, and those are our chords. So here we go. A 1, 2, 3. C, A minor, the F chord to the C, and then the F chord to the C, D minor, E7, and the A minor 7, the F minor and F chord and the C. And then the last section we have to look at is the chorus, which we originally were finger picking. Now we're just going to be strumming it with the same pattern. Down, down, up, with emphasis on that first strum. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and to really get that 3/4 time signature across. So the chords up on the screen for the chorus, we have the F to C, F to C, A minor, D minor, G, and then we end on one strum on a C major chord. So let's give that a try. On the F, a 1, 2, 3, F to C, the F chord to the C, A minor, D minor, G, and C. So that is the finger picking and strumming sections done and dusted. All we need to do now is put these skills to the test in a full playthrough coming up next. Here we go for a full playthrough starting on the C major, a 1, 2, 3. day. Oh, dream maker, you heart's breaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbow's end, waiting round the bends, my huckleberry friend, moon, river, and me. As always, thank you for spending time with me today. I hope that you enjoy playing Moon River, and until next time, I'll see you in another Stellar Guitarist song tutorial. Have a great day. Bye.